little girls can't have children. You know what I'm saying? You see? But women can have children. So what's that transition and stuff from a girl to a woman, you know what I'm saying, that will cause her to be able to get impregnated, her periods. You know? You know, even though, you know, we know that it's a cleansing thing and whatnot and stuff for their bodies, you know, that also it also cleanses out any eggs and stuff that's not used, when, you know, or she'll also be ovulating around that time, you know, right? So you know, so I'm gonna get into the scriptures and stuff, right? So this is First Kings chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "Now King David was old and stricken in years." It says, "And they covered him with clothes, but he got no heat, because he was on the brink of death." It says, verse 2. It says, "Wherefore his servant said unto him, Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin." You know what I'm saying? So when you go into that word virgin, it's the Hebrew word bafwala. It's the ba, the tha, the wa, the la, and the ha, bafwala, right? And I want to get it in the in the blue letter. This is it's like it. First Kings 1 and 2. So here we go. You got young, right? And get the word young, and it's the word naira. It's the na, the I, the ra, and the ha, naira. And it says girl, damsel, female, servant, girl, damsel, little girl, of young women, marriageable young woman, of young woman, marriageable young woman. You know, right? And that's pretty much what they got. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that, you know, today's time and stuff, you know, that would be considered a little girl. Well, in actuality and stuff, that would just be a young woman, you know, and you know, people will be like, man, she's still just a girl and whatnot when it come down to intelligence and stuff, right? Yeah, she would still be naive, because back in the ancient days, the women would teach their, if you had a daughter, you know, the women would teach the daughter and stuff how to reverence her father and stuff. So when she did get a husband, you know what I'm saying, when the father would choose a husband, you know what I'm saying, for his daughter and stuff, right, what would happen is that she will already know, she wouldn't be oblivious, or she wouldn't be naive to how a man needs to be treated and stuff, especially if it was her father or if it was her husband. But it's not the same way nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Men don't do that anymore. You know, men don't teach their daughters, you know what I'm saying, how to be servants onto their future husbands. You know what I'm saying? Or even be servants onto them. You know, right? So this is let me get the it's like I want to get the other word. Young, all right, version is H1330, and it's bafwala. It's the ba, the tha, the wa, the la, and the ha, bafwala.
Strong's H1330. Bethullah.
Nah, that ain't true. It's because there's no e's or u's in a Hebrew, right? So it's bafwala, right? Bafwala, and it says virgin, right? So when you go down here, look it up in the Hebrew, right? It says a virgin, pure and unspotted, so called as being separated and secluded from intercourse with men, meaning that she never had sex before. You see? Right? You know? So this is going back to 1 Kings 1 and 2. It says, "Wherefore his servant said unto him, Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin." So a woman, you know, a young woman and stuff who didn't have, because, you know, a woman that didn't, a young woman who didn't have sex before. And what was that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. You see? And this was allowed in the ancient days. You know what I'm saying? You know? right? And it says, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, right? And when you go into that word lie, it's the word shakab, it's the shadakah and the ba shakab. It says to lie down for rest, sexual connection. You see? So let's actually get that too. So live here. All right, let's get that too, right? It's in the same verse, right? So it's to lie, right? It's H7901 Shakab.
Strong's H 7901. Shahav.
Man, it's Shakab. It's Shakab. It's the Shadakah and the Ba Shakab. It says to lie down, to lie down, lie on. It says to lie of sexual relations, and that was the only reason why his servants was like, let's get him a young virgin and stuff, so he can have sex with her. You see, it says to be lain with sexually. You know what I'm saying? To be laid. You know, they didn't send forth no young female and whatnot to come just lay in his bed with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, because remember, King David had a lot of wives. You see, right? But a young virgin, you know what I'm saying, with salt, right? So going back to 1 Kings 1 and 2, it says, wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be salt for my lord the king, a young virgin. It says, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. You know what I'm saying? Because it get hot. You know what I'm saying? When you pop in your girl. Verse 3, it says, so they sought for a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel, and found Abishag, a Shunammite. It says, and brought her to the king, right? Fair meaning that she was fine, she looked good. Word damsel, Na'ira, it's the Nida, Ida, Ra, and the Ha, Na'ira, and it says a girl. It says from infancy to adolescence, damsel, maiden, young woman, right? You know, and it says verse 4, it says, and the damsel was very fair and cherished the king and ministered to him, but the king knew her not, meaning he didn't have sex with her. He didn't deal. You know what I'm saying? Because he was finna die. You know, when you feel like that you finna die and stuff, and you old and you sickly and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or you just feel that, you know, your life energy is not there and that you finna pass away, you're not trying to get into any activity like that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna feel like it. You see? So it's like it. Right? So that's Bothwalla, right? And I want to get it. This is Leviticus 21 and 13. I'm gonna scroll up so you can understand the situation. Because all right, so you got Leviticus 21 and 1. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled from for the dead among his people. So it tells you, know, it goes into the duties for the sons of Aaron, right? So I want to get verse 13, well, verse 10. It says, and he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garments, shall not uncover his head nor rend his clothes. It says, neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or his mother, verse 12, and that's pretty much like, you know, you know, verse 12. It says, "Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his power, for the crown of the anointed oil of his power is upon him. I am Yahweh." Verse 13, it says, "And he shall take a wife in her virginity." Right? And what is that again? Bathwala, right? And as you can see down here, it says by implication and concretely the tokens of it. And when you read Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter and stuff, it would pretty much be a woman who never had sex before. You see? Right? And it says, verse 14, it says a widow or a divorced woman, you know what I'm saying? So a woman that's older, right? It says, or who had one man and stuff and never dealt before, dealt afterwards. It says, or a divorced woman, a woman where with a man put her away, you know what I'm saying, and gave her the bill of divorce, or a fame, or an harlot, which is a prostitute. It says, "These shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people," you know what I'm saying, to wife. You see, right? And when you go into that word virgin right here, nah, it's gonna say the same. This ain't the one. It's like I read the wrong one. This is Genesis 24 and 43, and this is going into Isaac and Rebekah, right? When Isaac saw Rebekah and stuff, and it was like, damn, she fine, let me deal, right? This is Genesis 24 and 42. So like it for the Leviticus 21. This is Genesis 24 and 42. It says, "And it came this day unto the well and said, O Lord, power of my master Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go." It says, "Behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink." It says, and she say to me, Both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom Yahweh have appointed out for my master's son. So this must have been a Dulamite. It says, and before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well and drew water. And I said unto her, Let me drink, I pray thee. You know, so you already know who wife this was. This was and stuff. This is before she became the wife of Isaac. You know what I'm saying? But Rebekah was the wife of Isaac, right? So, it's like, bear with me. Back in verse 43, it says, "Behold, I stand by the well of water," and this was Abraham's servant. It says, "And it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink." Right? So when you go into this one, right, it's the word alamah. It's the I, the la, the ma, and the ha, alamah. You see? Right? So I want to get that. This is Genesis 24 and 43, right? Just to go straight to the point. So like it for all the extra, right? All right, virgin is H5959, Ilamah, right? Ilum is for male, but when you have a high at the end and stuff, it makes it feminine, or as if you're referring to a female. So Ilamah is feminine, Ilum is masculine. You see, right? So Ilamah, that's what we're talking about. The I, the la, the ma, and the ha, a female. It says virgin, young woman of marriageable age. You know what I'm saying? You see? Ilamah. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in on it because you probably can't see it for those who don't really got that good eyesight. It says a girl of marriageable age. You see? And it says like the Arab and stuff, and what the Arabians do, they marry women, you know what I'm saying, who be 12, 13, 14 years old. Now, they probably, do, in certain parts of their countries and stuff, in their homelands, they probably go far beyond and stuff, where they go further, younger than that and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But according to the scriptures, a marriageable age and stuff is when a woman had passed her flower. And most of the time when a woman had passed her flower and stuff, she would be 12 years old. You see? She'll be a young woman. It says, as you can see right here, it says used of a youthful spouse recently married, recently married. You see? So, all that to say this, it was okay for men to use, it was okay for men to deal with women, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even when it come down to Mary was a young woman, you know what I'm saying? And Joseph was an older man, you see? The age difference and stuff, yes, it was a gap, you know what I'm saying? And more than likely double digits, you see? Between Mary and Joseph. But this was allowed, you know what I'm saying? And how you dealt with it, it was in Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, you see? Right? Even if you dealt with a woman and whatnot and stuff, you found out in the field and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you did your thing, if she wasn't married onto somebody else and stuff, you know what I'm saying, what you'll do is that you'll come to her father and stuff, and you will pay her father and stuff, because a woman means servant, right? And with a woman being a servant onto a man, that means that the father had lost him a servant and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and he would have to give it to the man who humbled his daughter, you see, right? Or how it would happen is that the father would choose an older man, usually, you know what I'm saying, to deal with his daughter. There's even points in the scriptures where women would be betrothed, or it would be a betrothed would be where like in Genesis the 38th chapter with Judah, his son Shalom Shalakia, his son Shalah, he claimed or betrothed Tamar, you know what I'm saying, onto his son, you know what I'm saying, but his son wasn't of age yet, you see, or his son wasn't. He told Tamar and stuff to go to your father's house and wait until his son Shalah would be of age, you see, right? So this is for all the people and stuff that be like, oh, y'all some pedophiles. Well, guess what? If you an Israelite, Negro, Latino, or Native, all 12 tribes, even Israelites who out with parents instead of a heathen, guess what? Since your spirit is always reincarnating and stuff, you know what I'm saying, in another time frame, you lived in the time frame where you done this and you was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Women wasn't tripping and men weren't tripping. You see? Right? This is but in today's time, and underneath Esau's rulership and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't do it, even though it's lawful according to the Bible, you know what I'm saying. But remember, we underneath captivity, and these devils, they already came up with their own laws, you see, even though they break them in secret. The thing is that they still establish them that people shouldn't do this and do that and stuff, because other than that, it would be considered statutory rape, you know what I'm saying, right? Even if it's being consented. You see, so this is First Corinthians chapter 6 verse 12. It says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. And when you go into that word expedient, it's the word sunfaro. It says to bear together, contribute. That is literally to collect, or figuratively to conduce, especially nurture, to participle as now advantage. You know what I'm saying, right? Pretty much for advantage. Yeah, it says be profitable. You know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, you could probably deal with a young woman and stuff, you know what I'm saying, according to the Bible and stuff, but is it profitable? Is it worth going to jail for? You know what I'm saying? Because they will send you to jail if you deal with a woman that's underage. You know what I'm saying? What they consider a minor, you know? And you had to also remember like this too. Back then in the ancient days, a woman that was 12 years old and stuff, she was fine. She didn't have no makeup on, no weave. You know what I'm saying? You know, her moons was there. She had breasts as if she was 20 or 25 years old, man. Our women was plump back then. You know what I'm saying? But now a 12-year-old girl and stuff, you know, she probably would have like some teats or something. You know, she's starting to develop breasts and stuff, and it's not really there. You know, and she's still, you know, her butt probably kind of coming out a little bit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to its fullest. Like pretty much how most 18 and 20-year-olds look now. You know what I'm saying? You know. And they was fit, whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they body was together and stuff, no pouch, no stomach, none of that, you know. The thing is that that's how they looked back in the ancient days. It wasn't no flat chested female and stuff, and people was like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to get my rocks off and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or she look good, or it's just a flat chested female and stuff, you know what I'm saying? She got no ass and whatnot and stuff, and you just out there. It's like, oh shoot, look at that right there in the field and stuff. Men ain't even like that till this day. The only ones that's like that and stuff is Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? And then you can put videos. You can put in YouTube is the video. Joe Biden loves sniffing kids. He loves sniffing children. You know what I'm saying? They got like not an hour, but one minute and a couple of seconds, or 2 or 3 minute video and stuff that shows him, you know, pulling girls by force and stuff by him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to show his strength. You know, probably, you know, he'll set them in front of him and whatnot and stuff, and you probably be brushing up on them, grinding on them. You know what I'm saying? You know, putting this meat on them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, or he'll sniff their heads, or, you know, try to give them a little small kiss and stuff. You had this one video where, you know, because he was, you know, the senators and stuff, you know what I'm saying, new elected senators and stuff, right? And pretty much what happened is that you had one guy and stuff, and he was holding his daughter and stuff, and he over there trying to come close and stuff onto his daughter and stuff, and the little baby and stuff, she just trying to move away from his ass and whatnot and stuff, you know, and cleaving onto her father and stuff, you know what I'm saying, because she had no interest in him, but he had interest in her, and he over there sniffing her hair and whatnot and stuff, and even try to give her a little light kiss and stuff in the back of the head, and she went down for it. You see, you know, and you could tell for all the girls and stuff where he sniffed and whatnot, and you could tell because that nigga like scent. So if he like scent and stuff, you already can tell that's what he was about. That's what he was on. He loved little children. You know what I'm saying? These women weren't plump. They weren't developed in yet. You know what I'm saying? You know? So when it come down to the men of the Lord and Israelite men and stuff, even in the ancient days, if women looked like that, how they are now, you know what I'm saying? Because scripture do talk about how stature and stuff would be the blemish and stuff, you know what I'm saying, over time till this day. No man of the ancient times and stuff is gonna sit up here and be like, yeah, look at her, she got no breasts, she got no ass, I'm finna go try to deal. Ain't no man doing that and stuff, because there's nothing there for enticement, you know, unless you an Edomite. And even till this day and stuff, it's the same way. Ain't nobody looking at no little girls and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking at no females and stuff where it's like she don't got nothing, or there's nothing that's gonna be attractive or appealing and whatnot and stuff. Ain't no man doing that. You see, you know. But at the same time, you could deal with a woman, you know what I'm saying, that's you know 12 years old on up. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that it's not expedient, it's not profitable, because the consequences that come with it underneath this evil society. You see? So this is Matthew's chapter 22, verse 21. You know, so it says they 19, it says, shew me the tribute money and they brought unto him a penny, because they was trying to come to the outside like, you don't pay taxes. It says verse 20. It says, and he saith unto them, who is this image and superscription? So the coin and whatnot and stuff, the money and whatnot. He like, who is this on this coin right now and stuff, right? Verse 21, it says, they say unto him, Caesar, which was like it was a title. Caesar was a title, back in the ancient Roman times, right? It says, then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's. Now, yes, the Lord do say that we can do that, but since we're underneath the captivity of these Edomites, that's something that you don't want to do. Because what's the consequence? Going to jail. I believe that statutory rape and stuff would be considered a felony. And the consequences too heavy and stuff to deal, and it's wickedness. Because they say in the Bible, on the back of dollar bill, it says, in God we trust. Then they swear in on the Bible, which is going off as well, because they're making a vow. But the thing is that according to Psalms 50 and 16, they don't keep the law, statutes, commandments. And guess what? This is something that's allowed according to the Lord, according to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, to deal with a younger woman, of that age, of a marital age, who's young as 12 years old. It's okay to deal, but since we're underneath captivity, once again, it's something that you shouldn't do. It wouldn't be wise. So this is Matthew 10 and 16. And I also want to bring this out too. You got to think about it like this too. Every man that's in the truth right now, of Great Millstone, GMS, or any other camp that any other camp and stuff that preach the same exact doctrine as Great Millstone, 100% truth and whatnot. We was all once in the world, just like when it come down to you people. You'll read Deuteronomy 22 and stuff, and you'll be like, oh, you're okay with this, or you're okay with that. It's like, well, first of all, we understand this is what the Lord allows, and if a situation come up when it come down to Deuteronomy 22nd chapter and stuff, this is how you do it with it. He gave us the blueprint, how to deal with that situation and stuff, which you don't want to do that either. You don't want to do that either and stuff, because it can send you to jail. You see, and you and pretty much look at it this way: we was in the world too. So just because the Lord give us the insight and stuff that you could deal with a woman and stuff, and she could be 12 years old and she a young woman, the thing is that we weren't like that in the past. You see, only time you was liking on 12-year-olds to 13, 14, 16, or 15 and 16 and 17 years old is because you was around their age. That's the only time that you liked them and want to get with them, and it was okay for you to date them and go out with them. But we grown men and whatnot and stuff, we understand that when it come down to 17 years old and stuff, we can't deal with them, unless they 18 and up, and we was already programmed for years and stuff that this is what it was and stuff when we came to a certain age, and then once again, with our stature being with our stature being diminished from how it was back in the ancient days, most 12-year-olds to 15-year-olds and whatnot and stuff, they did not plumped in the areas and stuff that would attract a man. You see, men like booty. And if she don't got one, ain't nobody looking. There's men out there and stuff who like breasts. You know what I'm saying? And if she don't get it, ain't nobody trying to go for it. You see? You know? So any guy out there and stuff just be like, oh, y'all like little girls and whatnot, and you find that disgusting and stuff, guess what? We was born and raised the same exact way and stuff. That don't mean just because the Lord gave us insight on what it was, how to deal and whatnot, and that it was lawful and okay. The thing is that we'll go to jail if we do that. You know what I'm saying? You know? So we'll just wait until the kingdom. You know? Could you betroth a young woman onto yourself for the kingdom? Yeah, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? And then pretty much what that means is that you're pretty much claiming, you know what I'm saying? You claim her for the kingdom, and that's what us brothers do. You know what I'm saying? We claim her for the kingdom, and guess what? In the kingdom, she's going to be the same age as us. You know? Same age as us and whatnot and stuff. If she's going to be our wives in the kingdom, if the Lord allow it. You see? Well, it ain't no dirty or funny business and stuff going on. Ain't no sexual activity and stuff going on with an underage woman. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's lawful according to the Lord, but unlawful according to Esau. We're not doing that, right? So this is Matthew 10 and 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So it's not, it wouldn't be wise and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to deal with something that the Lord clearly says is okay, and he gives the green light when it's going to be a consequence underneath the rulers of darkness. You see? Verse 17, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils. It says, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And, you know, you have a lot of people and stuff, they'll bring this scripture, you know what I'm saying, or they'll bring out these certain points and whatnot and stuff and be like, oh, you must be down with it, and stuff. It's like, no, guess what? Ain't nobody looking at we understand that they of marriageable age and stuff, and we know that sex is marriage, you know what I'm saying, but ain't nobody doing that. Everybody want them a plump female. Everybody has their specific type of female that they would deal with and stuff, you see. And with that being the case, that's going to be, you know, of 18 and 19 and 20 and 30, 40, you know what I'm saying, to each his own, you see, you know, right? And majority of the times, the only reason why these women and stuff be like 10 or 12, I mean, it's like a 12 or 13 and 14 years old and stuff, and they be having, you know, full breasts and having caboose. You know what I'm saying? Besides it being just the regular traits that's in their family and stuff, it's because of these GMO foods and stuff that's speeding up their hormones and stuff to develop earlier than they naturally would. You see? You know? So even though it's okay according to the Lord, it's not wise to do in a kingdom, you know what I'm saying, that's going to condemn you for it. You see, or that's gonna seek to mess you up for it, or that will cause you to be bound or cause you to be jailed. You see. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua HaRachakodash, the wonders apostles, a great millstone, and salutation to your elect which you ought to be. Shalom, wa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. And it's lucky for being rambling and stuff and pretty much saying the same thing over. You know what I'm saying? I tend to be a little overly thorough. You know what I'm saying? So Salaki on that, you know what I'm saying, which excuse me or forgive me. And I hope it was edifying. So Shalom.